I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I'll make mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the ninth inning. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night, got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here I'm screaming, okay, it's a dream. And I pray as a team, one day it'll be me. If I want it, then I get it. Head down, don't regret it. Push myself to the limit. If I play it, then I win it. I'm just saying, I'm just living for today. For a minute, I don't stay, I just visit. Have no shame, I admit it. Looking right at me to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now. Swear to God, man, I'ma make it soon. Silence all the haters as they see us making moves. I do what I want, so I got nothing to prove. Staying motivated, teaching others what to do. I'm staying focused, my mind is open. They start to notice that I'm in motion. There is no potion, you're not just chosen. It takes devotion to stay composed, man. Never stop, there ain't no time to fall. Try to live, get it all, you got one life to ball. Thinking big, never small, cause you gotta want it all. When you finally get that call, you get ready, take it all. Need a handout, I already stand out. Starting to advance now, ready to expand now. You don't have a chance now, cause we're in demand now. Make it by the grand now, feeling in command now. They're looking right at me to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear. That my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy. And silently, it could build and build until you finally see. Whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all their shoulders, like moving boulders just to get out of the home. It sucks, I've had enough, I don't wanna feel the stuck under the rug, all my problems that I shove. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear. That my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff.
It sucks when you finally feel like giving up. Oh God, no luck. Everything feels like you're sticky stuck. I'm lost, handcuffed to the bed where I sleep. Don't give a fuck, can't stop. Unplug, feeling overwhelmed. I think I've had enough. Gotta find a way to get some energy. Gotta find someone who's a good friend of me. I need purpose to make it all worth it. I'm still searching and I'm still learning. I want a life that's filled with memories, not a life with regret in front of me. I need focus to keep me from hopeless psychosis if I keep moping.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days.
Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror, so foggy, but I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me, and honestly I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything, so I'ma just keep buying everything. See you in the next life, have to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight, gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an x-ray. What's wrong with me? I just feel weight pushing on my chest and it squeezes till I suffocate. Better change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that I'm alive and have better days. I could walk, see, hear, I should celebrate. Think I could change my mind, maybe elevate.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days.
I'm kinda stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I work hard or live at my pace? You're only young once, yeah that's all great, but I also want a future where I'm okay. Living life is doing lots of cocaine. Wait no, it's living with no shame. Wait no, it's sleeping in on Sundays. I guess it's different for each of us and that's okay. Well I just wanna be happy, how to get there? Glad that you asked me. I think it's different for everyone. Some of us need work, others need fun. Some of us need purpose to overcome. But try to do what you love when it's said and done, cause there's so many differences in each of us. Trust your gut, it can show you what you want.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. never let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Well, it is Monday, the 6th of November, 2023. I have aged terribly since we started doing this. How are you, John?
Oh, I'm knackered, mate. Knackered. Absolutely knackered.
Yeah. You said you got a bit of a headache.
Yeah, I have. I think it's probably been cooped up in here all day because it's horrible outside. Good evening.
Been up to much this weekend?
Not really. I took it kind of easy and watched the racing. Watched the boom booms.
I've been. Well, I went out Saturday night to the karaoke. I want to say I was a good boy and only drank water, but that would be a lie. No. But I've also been very busy on the second channel, and there is a link in the chat going away up the chat very fast to my latest video, because obviously I took my family away week before last, and we shot a lot of stuff, and the first part of the actual full vlog is now out on that channel. It's a 20-minute video. If you want to come and have a look at it, feel free. You don't have to. Nobody has to do anything. And while we've got you here, a bit of housekeeping. Please, if you haven't already, leave a like on the show, subscribe to the channel already, and don't forget, we will address the chat for questions at the end of the show, and we will always prioritize Ko-fi, Super Chats, and Patreon donations made during the course of the show for those who get to, speak first.
Yes,
don't forget also, if you are
Mr. Jungle Griffin, your contribution was noted, gratefully received, and very much appreciated. Thank you, sir.
It really was.
You are indeed a standout star of the evening so far.
Absolutely. He is. Anyway, so yeah, weekend's been a busy one for me, chilled out one for you. And yeah. The news has been kind of dry, really.
It's been
but
quite
there
funny.
There is plenty to talk about, and I'm sure there's plenty to laugh at. So with that, John, introduce the show to these wonderful, wonderful people.
Good evening, denizens of the interwebs, citizens of Veridora. You know who you are. We appreciate you. Welcome to this, Chasing Dissent Live, episode 266.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave.
There you go.
There you have it. Yeah. It is a lot of shows.
It's nowhere near what we've done, because we've got, I think, something in the region of 500 videos on the video side, and then the live streams on the other side. So
we've done a lot of work. We have grinded and grinded to get to the small but very, very loyal
state of this face. I was a mere callow youth of 17 when I started.
And do you know what? Despite the fact we haven't grown at a meteoric rate on this channel, we appreciate every goddamn one of you. We really do.
Yeah, and we do.
With that, John, I'm going to put my heating back on because it is freezing here.
Yeah,
and
mate.
You can give us our first story.
Yeah, well, okay. I tell you what. The first one I was going to ask you a question. Well, there's a couple of questions I wanted to ask tonight. First question is, what's a friend or friends? You know how these stupid QAnon things always go friends, FRENS.
Can't say I do.
Oh, you never seen QAnon talking to each other? And they put the green frog thing up, and they always go, welcome friends, FERNS, right? So it's like, what the fuck is this? Is putting an I and a D in there too much for you? Is this what's coming from Gen Z? They're so fucking lazy. They just keep dropping words and letters.
These are the same people that said Joe Biden was going to be arrested at his inauguration and Trump was going to be installed. So let's not pay them any serious heed, I should say.
Yeah, okay. Well, then there's the other thing about people that keep using, well, they're not really TLAs, because acronyms are three-letter words that that run together to make a kind of word that you can use, but so they're really just initializations. But what the fuck? What? And I mean, I was a techie guy and all that, but what does capital TL semicolon capital DR actually mean? Adam should know that. I mean, I just don't know what it means.
People will go, "Oh, these guys are dinosaurs. They're dinosaurs. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know."
I was thinking of looking it up, but I thought, nah, I can't be fucked.
Is it like the lowdown or something? I don't know.
I don't know what it means.
Too long didn't read, Adam says.
Well, I can understand that, okay, but yeah, that's the first time I've ever known what it actually meant, because I've never been that bothered about what somebody putting that in a thing to bother reading what it means. And it was Ed today, he was trying to wind me up by hitting me with all these, oh no, was it Adam? It was Adam Brimson. He was obviously trying to wind me up by hitting me with all this shit. That and that clown Zuby, right? Because he's like, oh, you know, sometimes you get L's. And I'm like, what the fuck's an L?
I think an L is a loss. An L is a loss.
What's a W? A win?
A win, yeah. W's a win.
I mean, for fuck's sake, these are only 4 and 3 letter words. How lazy can you fucking get?
I mean, he's got a point. He does have a point. It's like, do you know what I can't stand the most? Yeah. I know people don't really text message each other anymore. Okay?
Yeah.
But when we used to text message one another, that short form fucking text speech did my head in. I would text him full sentences, grammar, the lot, and people would come back with IKR. Like, I know, right? IKR, or I just can't stand it. And so many people, and I'm going to say it, so many people have transferred this way of typing over from the text messaging, which I can kind of understand it when you're going like that. But when you're going like that,
yeah, it's just lazy.
No.
It's just lazy shit. It really is. And the problem is it leads to confusion, people not understanding what you're talking about, not using punctuation makes things mean something completely different from what they actually do. And you can see this because some of these half-wits on Twitter, you will send them something that is a joke and is properly punctuated as a joke. In fact, even Twitter do it. And you then get them blocking you and Twitter permanently banning you, you know?
Speaking of blocking, I have finally got the accolade. It has happened, people. If there's a celebratory, I don't know, tone in your soundboard, John, now would be the time to play it.
Really, if you were wanting to do that, you should have given me a bit of a heads up and I could have installed one.
No, it doesn't matter. I should tell them what has happened.
I know it doesn't matter.
I should tell them, I have finally been blocked by Mariana Spring.
We should have some sort of, like, angel music, you know. Ta-da!
Out of all the stuff I said to her, out of everything I said to her, I'll tell you what did it.
What did it?
So she put out a tweet this morning, Mariana did, promoting her book. She's releasing a book.
Oh, Jesus.
And it was all about dealing with the trolls in the world of disinformation. Okay.
So it's an autobiography.
Yes. So I simply responded to Mariana. Is it about how you were one of the biggest purveyors of disinformation of the last few years? Look. That's all I said.
Yeah, well,
and it's triggered.
It's pretty much.
It's triggered a bunch of people.
It's pretty much on the money, though, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. Remember, this is the woman that I live streamed to a bunch of people who are probably watching this show right now as we're live streaming it. I live streamed this woman in a face mask, a second mask, and a shield in a side alley going, there's a couple hundred people here. Why at least 100,000 people marched past her. So that's where I talk about her.
Yeah.
This is why I talk about her being a purveyor of disinformation, because she actively lied on my stream to you lot. And somebody said to turn around and responded to my comment and said, "Do you have any proof of that? You got any evidence?" Yeah, if Mariana opens her mouth, that's the evidence.
Do you have any proof of that?
Remember, this is the woman who lied to try and get a job with Russian media, lied on her CV, saying she'd worked with other BBC journalists that she hadn't.
Yeah. They spent a year in Russia.
Oh, yeah, believe me, I didn't
she got
respond
pumped. For information.
We really did enjoy information Mariana gave us. Very nice.
Right.
But yeah, finally blocked. It's taken this long.
Well done. Congratulations.
Mm.
Oh, right. Who dares wins? So I found out yesterday that Matt Hancock's in this thing called Who Dares Wins, in which, do you remember that guy, Ant Middleton? I think it was Ant Middleton, the ex-SAS guy, right? So
yes.
He started a program called Who Dares Wins, in which he put people through SAS training. And when he started it, he had free reign, right?
Absolutely.
So I think it was quite harsh and quite, it was quite a trial to get through it. But I think after that, after the success of it and the fact that they want to hit a more mainstream audience, so what happens is they start to tone it down and then they start to impose conditions on him. And he said no. And I think the final straw was when the network said you have to take a trans person on the show, and Ant Middleton said no. So basically he got fired. So it's not his show anymore. So I think he's away doing it. He's away doing it in Australia. But Matty Hancock is on this, right? In the UK.
Yeah, he filmed it last year. I think.
Well, he's on this, and it's showing just now. And apparently, he was told today by the people that are doing it that he's an excellent liar. That's what they said. Under torture, he was proven to be an excellent liar. I said, cheers, Matt. We knew you had it in you. It's not your first rodeo, is it, mate?
Absolutely not. I mean, he had plenty of training. He really did have plenty of training.
Yeah, he did. So is he still an MP?
Shock or surprise me.
Is he still an MP?
I believe so, but I believe he doesn't have the Tory whip.
Yeah, but this guy's been voted to represent people, and yet he's away doing TV programmes in Australia. He's away doing Who Dares Wins and how long that took to film. So how can he be doing his job when he's away doing these things?
Well, he's not doing his job, is he? He's on a cushy MP salary. He's not doing his job.
It's not right.
So he can't. It's not right. It's not right. But at the same time, these people. I was speaking to my friend earlier, my friend Lisa, and she said to me, Rishi Sunak and Suella Braverman are parasites. Mm-hmm. Okay, she's right.
Well, why Suella Braverman? She's actually seems to be there and doing stuff.
No, because they're all parasites.
Oh,
every last one of them.
Right. Okay.
Because they. You want to talk about a grift. These are people who earn, 60, 80 grand a year to basically sit on their ass and do nothing. And then if they want to go and make even more money on top of that taxpayer salary, they just go and do things and do less work, like Matt Hancock going to Australia and maybe lobbying for a giant company or going to do dinner speeches and things like that, where people like, I don't know, Boris Johnson get paid £250,000 a speech. They're parasites.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And the reason that they get.
Go on.
Carry on. No.
Well, I mean, it's not new. I mean, we've been banging on for a while saying that the whole system is flawed and needs to be changed, and this is just another example of it, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And you know what? And those who are not watching live won't get this. An example of an insulting thing is that we've got half the likes that we do viewers.
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We need to rectify that, don't we?
So speaking,
I'm joking anyway. Let's move on.
You spoke about Boris Johnson there, and Boris Johnson's in Israel now. In what
He likes turning up in a war zone.
What capacity is he there? I mean, what is Boris Johnson?
Well, a target. That hair is quite standoutish, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. But what is Boris Johnson at this point in his life? Dare I say career? Right? What actually is Boris Johnson? Who's he representing?
Himself.
Yeah, no, because he's not an MP. He's not an official of the British government. He's not anything to do with any companies that I could see that are directly involved. Well, what's he doing? What's he doing there?
Well, to be honest, I wouldn't be shocked at this point if he becomes Prime Minister again.
God.
I just would not be shocked.
Even I've given up on that.
I think we're closer to it now than we were when you thought.
Well, yeah. Well, my point was that they were never going to win another election with Rishi Sunak, right? Or Liz Truss, or who was the other guy that was close? Do we have anyone else that was close to getting elected? No. Anyway,
I don't think so.
They were never going to win an election with any of these clowns, and the only one that had any chance of pulling it out of the fire was Boris, because for some reason, public still seemed to love him. Now, and obviously this doesn't apply to the good people that watch us, because you're halfway sensible and that you understand that Boris is a complete and utter liability, but not the public. The public love him. They really do.
They love him. They love a clown, though, don't they? They love an entertainer. They love a show.
They love the underdog, don't they?
Yeah, but they love a show, and that's what it all boils down to. Why do you think, Prime Minister's Questions on a Wednesday is televised? And why do you think it's hammed up to the degree that it is? It's because people love a show, so give them a show. It's as simple as that. Prime Minister's Questions is a prime example of this. Mm-hmm. It doesn't need to be televised. It doesn't need to be live. None of this needs to be the case, but it is.
Well, but why shouldn't it be? Because that's your tax dollars at work.
What, putting on that show?
Yeah.
Putting on that show.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's your tax dollars at work. So you should be able to... In fact, Parliament should be 24/7 completely uncensored, right? Because you should be able to look at anything.
ABC Parliament does that.
No. You should be able to look at any office in any public building and tune into it and see what they're up to, because that's your money that they're getting.
You know what? I actually agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't think that they have, and this is why the idea of the government being able to classify information away from the public on a whim really irks me. It irks me.
Yeah, they shouldn't be able to do it unless, and except maybe in times of extreme danger, right?
National security.
In which case, if the information was leaked, it could prove to be detrimental to people's lives, right? But other than that, all these little meetings they have in council offices and things, around the water cooler, should be a camera there with a feed, and someone should be able to look at that and go, oh, they're talking about building a motorway without really telling anyone, but trying to get it through on the back door. And we should be able to have access, complete transparency. Why not? We've got the technology.
Well, let's face it.
We've got the technology. Why can't we do it?
Well, let's face it. They want to deploy all of this facial recognition BS everywhere. They want to film us every step that we take. They want to know where we are 24/7 and what we're doing. So why do we not have the right?
We do have the right. We do have the right. All we need to do is state our case and put it forward, and that's what we should do. We should start a campaign right now. We want the right to have full transparency on all government activity. unless it is deemed to be of national security.
Yes, and we're not talking about them just going, well, we don't want to tell them this, we'll just say it's national security.
No.
I think there should be a body in place that deems whether or not information is important enough to classify.
And it needs to have lay members on it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Because these people are elected, they're elected to represent you people. They're not elected to put you down, control you, talk down to you, and keep things from you. You're paying them. You elect them. It's like
they
originally
work for you.
I thought
they're your employee.
But originally I thought to call this show tonight, Are We Being Controlled?
Yeah.
And the answer is and always will be that the general public can only be controlled to the point that they allow, to the degree that they allow. Because there's more of you than there are of them. There's millions of us in this country. And if collectively we had the know-how, the balls to just stand up and say, you know what? No, there's nothing they could do.
Yeah, well, that's correct. No, you're quite correct.
And I'm not just talking about the politicians. But let's go a bit deeper. When people turn around and say there's a shady cabal of people trying to control our lives, this shady cabal, if it exists, is tiny. It's a tiny group of people, and they do not have any power above and beyond what we give them and what we allow them to have. And that is the, if you believe in it, God's honest truth of the matter.
Yeah, you're right.
There's nothing anybody could do if a million people stood up in front of them and said, no, nothing.
So, moving on. Armistice Day.
Yeah.
Let's deal with Armistice Day, right? So, Hamza has actually found time to say something about what's going on in the UK, but it's still related to that other place. So Hamza says the march should be go ahead, and he completely disagrees with the UK government's stance on it. Well, no surprise there, because let's face it, Hamza disagrees with the UK government's stance on absolutely everything, doesn't he?
Hamza just doesn't like white people.
Yeah.
Oh, did I say the quiet part out loud?
No, he said that. That's a quote from Hamza.
I know he did.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I mean,
he gave us a whole speech on how...
Well, he didn't say he didn't like white people, let's be fair.
Well, no, he said...
Everybody's white, and that's the problem. They're all white. White.
It kind of implies he doesn't like the fact that they're all white, doesn't it, though?
Yeah, I mean, it is certainly an implication, yeah.
Oh, well, half of Hamza's family's home. He's not finished yet. You need to watch the latest Hamza, though, because he tells you where the phone was.
Yeah, the phone.
Because he's found his phone with the WhatsApp messages, hasn't he?
Yes, yeah, found it.
Yep, and apparently he's going to give it to the committee. He's going to give all the messages to the committee.
Well, if he actually does do it, fair play. Fair play.
Well, he should.
At the end of the day.
If he hadn't
once again,
them.
That sort of leads into everything we were just talking about, doesn't it? Because it's transparency.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've got to give credit where credit's due. And if somebody is willing to actually give some transparency, give credit for that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm willing to.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, when the transparency occurs. Hasn't occurred yet, has it?
When the transparency occurs.
Yeah. Right, so the Met have come out and said they're not going to ask for a ban on the protest that's scheduled for Armistice Day. But
this is going to get quite contentious, one should think.
But they have asked that maybe the organisers give it a rethink.
But they're not going to do that.
Well, right. So my point here is that this march that's been organised, right, and is basically a call to arms for people to come and protest something that's happening in another country that we have no direct say over. Okay.
Exactly.
So let's just examine this. So we've got people sitting down right now in ScotRail stations in Glasgow and Edinburgh, demanding a ceasefire. Now, I know ScotRail is a good, powerful organisation, but I don't think it's well known on the international stage as a mediator of international conflict. I mean, why are these people sitting in a station in Glasgow demanding a ceasefire? And more importantly, who do they think is actually listening to them? This is a complete and utter waste of time, as well as an annoyance.
Let me dig a bit deeper, because I saw some footage earlier on of their latest foray through London, shall we say. And I saw a bunch of police. So let me try and frame this correctly. I saw a whole bunch of Met police officers standing in Trafalgar Square, having fireworks and projectiles launched at them by the dozen, by the hundreds.
Yep.
And the people reporting on this, calling them people protesting for peace.
Yeah. Didn't look peaceful.
How can you protest for peace when you're launching projectiles?
Right. But I mean, let's get back to basics here, right?
Right.
Who are these people protesting to?
Well, initially, though, these protests were happening outside of the Israeli embassy. Now I believe they're not actually allowed to go near it.
Sounds sensible, right? Because they're protesting the actions of the Israelis as they currently stand in this conflict. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're not allowed to protest outside the Israeli embassy. Why, I don't know, because
they'll probably burn it down.
Well, if you can ban them from one section of London, why are they then allowed to protest in other sections of London that have absolutely nothing to do with the conflict? Nobody's interested in it, right? And you know, what are they trying to achieve here? Why are they disrupting? Why are they disrupting our economy, right?
Mm-hmm.
In pursuit of a peace against a couple of, and I'll use the term nation states loosely, right, if I may,
right,
but a couple of nation states that have been at each other's throats for 70, 80, 90 years, if not for the last 2000, right? We're not going to make any difference.
No,
There's
I'll tell you
no
what
point in protesting in our streets.
Well, I agree. First of all, I agree with you. I do. But the stated aim of these protests is to demand that the British government demand and call for a ceasefire.
Well,
now,
right, okay. But we've done that. There was There was a UN resolution today, or within the last day, right, that was voted on, and only one country voted against that resolution. And that one country that voted against the resolution calling for a ceasefire, right, was the United States of America, right? Which is a permanent member of the Security Council and therefore has veto. So the resolution cannot carry. So 12 voted for, I think 4 abstained and 1 voted against. Russia was one of the ones that abstained.
I believe we may have been.
Well, it doesn't matter, right? Even if we'd voted yes, it wouldn't have made any difference, because if a permanent member of the Security Council votes no, then it's never going to carry. And America is always going to vote no.
Correct me if I'm wrong. And someone can fact check me on this if they'd like. But was there not an imposed ceasefire right up until October the 7th?
Well, yes, when Hamas broke the ceasefire, yes.
So my question is this, and this is a genuine question, and I'm not gonna, I don't know, apportion blame, but if another ceasefire were imposed, is it likely that Hamas would break it again?
Well, it doesn't matter if it's imposed or not by outsiders. If the two people fighting don't stop fighting, right, it doesn't matter what you say to them. Does it?
Because I'll tell you the rhetoric. The rhetoric I see online is if Hamas put down all of their weapons and came out with their hands up, released all the hostages, the fighting would all be over. If Israel put down their weapons, there would be no more Jews in the region.
Well, who's saying that?
Well, that is what the Jews are saying. That is what the Israelis are saying. They're saying if they were to impose a ceasefire, Hamas would just come and wipe them out. If they were to lay down their weapons.
Well,
Whereas if Hamas were to lay down their weapons, that would be it. It would be over.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen, is it? Because we've talked about this, because Hamas isn't necessarily an organisation. It's an idea. And the problem is that idea exists in people that aren't currently combatants, aren't currently recognised as soldiers of Hamas, aren't even currently old enough to be considered soldiers. But the idea still exists in their head, and Hamas is never going away. It's not something you're ever going to get rid of. And this is, we're back to like Vietnam, right? I mean, the French had the same problem in Vietnam. They were fighting the Viet Cong, and then the Americans came in and thought, yeah, we'll wipe them out because we've got far superior technology and numbers than the French, and got their asses kicked, right? Walked away with their tail between their legs, you know? I mean, and, you know, you cannot fight an ideal. And the same thing exists right now in Northern Ireland. The same thing exists because, you know, that's a shaky piece that's going on there. You know, that could blow up at any time. That could fall over. And then, of course, you get Jerry Adams today sending messages of support to Palestine. And it's like, oh, from one former proscribed organisation to another proscribed organisation, you know?
I mean, the problem is always going to be ideology. I've said it before and I'll say it again. We have got two fundamental ideologists, one on each side, that want that land because it is their holy site.
Yeah, so right. So the problem you've got here is, and we've mentioned this, but Israel have done something that no one else has really done, and that's unite the Arab world against them. You know,
yeah,
because normally the Arab world, they are so divided over what this means and what that means in their manual, right? That they have two different sects that argue about it all the time and fight each other.
They've got more than two sects.
Well, yeah, but they've got two main sects, right? And
Sunni and Shia.
Yeah, and they fight each other all the time, as evidenced by Saudi and Yemen, who've been fighting each other for ages. With America's help, Saudi Arabia.
I mean, there are so many wars going on in the world right now. So many. And there's so many wars we don't know about.
22.
There's 22 wars going on in the world as we speak. And we sit here, you know, night in, night out, week in, week out, talking about two. And I'll tell you why we do that. The reason we do that is because everything else is just an information blackout. It's almost like, you know, going to the theme of the show, the mainstream media gatekeep what we can and cannot know about, what we can and cannot hear, and what we ultimately can and cannot report on. Because they are the ones that control and gatekeep the information. They create their organizations, their media organizations, they close ranks, they decide what the truth is, even if it isn't the truth, Mariana. And there's not much. We're quite powerless, especially, you know, two broke guys sitting on the internet trying to unpack all of this. I would like to know more about what is going on in the world, but it's about finding the information. It's about ensuring that information is accurate and correct, And it's just not something we are able to do for everything. Now, am I happy there are 22 wars going on in this world? Fuck no. Absolutely not. But what else can we do? John is sitting there.
Oh, hello.
Just absolutely.
She's sneezing. I've got the snoozles and sneezes. Right,
I mean,
anyway.
the next one that we're going to know about, because we're going to be told about it, will be Taiwan and China. Because that's where the focus will be. Because we've already seen the mainstream media trying to pivot that focus there for some time.
Oh, bloody hell.
It's frustrating. And it's frustrating that there's not much we can do to... Because despite what people say, when we try and report information to you and we try and report it straight, we try to make sure we are accurate. And with that, I'm actually going to make a clarification. Because the man that was arrested for criticizing the Palestinian flags, I said we needed a bit more information because there was allegations that there were bail conditions involved. Now, it turns out, after further investigation, and I believe an interview with David Atherton, there are no bail conditions involved. And I feel like we have to make sure that that's accurate and correct. Because when we try and give you straight factual information, we try to make sure the sources are good. We work our asses off daily. And yeah, we try and have a laugh. We try and make it funny. We try and unpack everything. And we try and bring you guys along for the ride. But it's so damn difficult because of these fucking gatekeepers.
Indeed. Thank you for carrying that, Ben, while I had my sneezing attack.
I look very beautiful in big screen, don't I?
Yeah, you look lovely. Lovely.
I do. I know it. I'm a vain bastard.
Anyway.
And then after I give a nice, impactful, emotional speech like that, you go and burp down the fucking mic.
I didn't burp.
When I first started these shows, John, when I used to do them from my shed,
Yeah.
I could not talk to a camera. I could not talk to an audience. I'd sit going, yeah. And a bunch of people that are in the chat tonight will tell you that. And I feel so much more comfortable doing it now.
Yeah.
It's nice. I mean...
You ever see my motorbike reviews, when I did them? And I just yak away.
Yeah.
I just yak away as if, like, I'm actually talking to someone real. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it.
That's what... I'm going to try and yak away because I'm making a bunch of public interest disability videos next month. So I'm going to try and yak away a bit more during those.
Yeah.
But anywho, let's move away from all of this nastiness.
Well, let's briefly touch on Ukraine, because I think it's important that we bring that to keep that in people's attention, right? Because
right.
Even Glenn Greenwald has now jumped on the bandwagon that I suggested had already happened last week, and that, yes, the US and the EU have had words with Mr. Zelensky. They've had talks with Ukraine, telling them that they really need to start thinking about what they're going to give up in order to make peace with Mr. Putin. Because I think, I pretty much think that Ukraine's done, and America's getting to the point where, and then America does this all the time. It's like when it gets bored, it just turns around and walks away, doesn't it?
Of course.
Yeah.
And it's just like, Mr. Zelensky, I'm sorry, but there's no more money.
Yeah.
What do you mean there's no more money?
Zelensky will be on the phone to Putin, not to Putin, to Biden, and they'll be going, "I'm sorry, Mr. Biden's not available."
Yeah. Just tell him Corn Pop came by.
Yeah. Well, we know it's been done for a while, but you've got to go through the motions. But yeah, I think it's pretty much wrapping up now.
Did Zelensky not call Putin, and I quote, a fucking terrorist on TV the other day?
Was Zelensky as high as a kite or drunk on TV the other day?
Possibly.
Because it definitely looked very, very dodgy.
But remember, none of this. I don't think any of this over there. There wouldn't be as many deaths on both sides.
Well,
if Zelensky hadn't listened to Johnson.
And there's that orange-haired. Well, he's not orange-haired. But he might be. He maybe dyes it. But there's that clown, right? That absolute clown getting his nib in again and directly causing the deaths of over 500,000 people, in my view.
But at the same time, he has no power. He has nothing. And yet there he is.
Well, it's a perception,
doing it again.
It's a perception. You do have power if people perceive that you have power. And if they listen to you, you have power. I mean, it's like Bill Gates. Bill Gates doesn't have any power as such, but people listen to him. I don't know why. I mean, a college dropout stole the basis for his company. Stole the intellectual property. I mean, really, not a man that you should trust, is he? So why do people do it? Why do they listen to him? Because he's got a lot of money. And having a lot of money doesn't make you any more intelligent. And I think a prime example of that right now is Elon Musk. Because Elon Musk is the richest man in the world and appears to be a complete and utter child, right? Because he can't make his mind up as to what's right and what's wrong. And one minute, AI's going to kill the human race and needs to be, kept under strict control. And the next minute, he's making his own and calling it something stupid out of a book. Musk doesn't have an original thought in his head. I mean, nothing he's done is new. Electric cars were designed in the 1900s. All he's done is improve the process slightly. That Cybertruck looks like it was built from IKEA boxes folded together. It's an abomination in the eyes.
It really is. It really is.
It's just a horrible thing. And then
he promised hyperloops and then gave really small tunnels with chauffeured Teslas.
Yeah, exactly. And then his spaceship, which is going to land on the moon, we suddenly find out it's going to take 16 to 24 tanking launches to get the thing to the moon, right? Now he wants to go to Mars. Who would go to Mars with a clown that can't even get that right? And we're supposed to have been to the moon before with one spaceship and back. How did we achieve that? That's what I'd like to know.
Right, I've got one more quite harrowing story to touch upon before.
Okay.
But if you're enjoying the show so far, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and of course share it. Just give it a share, because we need people. We need you, and we need you to help us get more people, because without you, we can't grow this thing. So we implore you, the most important thing you can do, guys, share this show, share every show, bring people in, help us to help you. Anyhow, I'm going to move to Louder with Crowder, Stephen Crowder, who came out with an exclusive today. The exclusive was exclusive access to the Nashville Covenant Shooters Manifesto.
Yeah.
So this happened a fair while ago, March 27th of this year. And it was a trans man, Aidan Hale, female, Audrey Hale. And the police have never released the reason for, or the manifesto, or any of that behind this shooting, this horrific event.
Mm-hmm.
Crowder has managed to obtain it exclusively, alleges that it's been corroborated. So I'm going on what they're saying, because they've released images, they've released it all.
Yeah. And
they are essentially saying that this was an anti-white racist attack by a white person. Okay. It was about wanting to go after people for their white privilege. It was about, and you start to see a narrative form here, and you start to see a reason why quite possibly this manifesto wasn't released.
Yeah.
If you've nothing to say, John, I don't think I want to touch on it any further
No.
because it was a horrific act.
I
It was a
probably,
horrific act.
yeah, I probably don't want to say anything about it, to be fair.
I'm just reporting what is being reported. You can
Yeah.
go to louderwithcrowder.com and see it for yourself. I believe Stephen Crowder spoke about it on his show today.
Oh,
And yeah, let's move on. Let's try and brighten things up. Are we ready to brighten things up, John?
well, yeah, have you got anything that you could brighten things up with?
You said you did. You said we've got a bunch of funny stuff.
No, I didn't. I don't really have any funnies. Nothing funny's happened.
Well,
Apart from the fact that a highly critical report from the Scottish Parliament has accused the SNP administration of short-term thinking and a failure to ensure policies are affordable. They warned that Scotland could run out of money. The Finance and Public Administration Committee at
Really?
Holyrood says the Scottish Government is failing to carry out long-term financial planning. That's because the Scottish Government doesn't have a long term. I mean, apparently there are 15 members of his party ready to jump ship. In fact, I think Himsa himself said he was thinking of jumping ship over to the Labour the other day to save his bacon.
Well, it's possible. It's certainly possible. Now,
Right, I was going to talk about something, but while listening to you rant on, I've lost it because obviously in my advancing age, you know, it's it takes me longer to get to remember things.
you're not quite Joe yet.
No, not quite, but apparently there is
Not quite.
there are some shady Facebook groups out there based on the basis of a new report that's come out that said should we just say that untreated people's sperm is apparently much more viable than those that have been treated. Now,
According to these Facebook.
this is actually according to reports from mainstream media coming in now. But it's all a bit shady and unverified. But apparently there are shady Facebook groups popping up where women are turning to them looking for donors and paying top dollar. Gigolo? Anyone?
I mean, to each their own, right? To each their own. But it does seem pretty. It does seem pretty shady. Do you know what else women appeared to be doing? And I did manage to verify was true.
Go on.
Women in the West have decided to turn to a trend. I'm not going to say it's all women.
Yeah, I saw that.
They are tattooing on freckles.
Yeah.
Now, if we have any women watching this show, please leave a comment and tell me why would these women tattoo on freckles? And first, and second of all, would you tattoo on freckles? I just don't understand it. John, can you help me unpack it?
I suppose maybe it's to do with the fact that people that have freckles tend to be younger. Therefore, if they give themselves freckles, it will make them look younger. Perhaps. This is just speculation. Although it could then, really, what's the difference between a freckle and a liver spot, to be fair? Maybe it could make them look older. But it's certainly quite it's quite hard to watch when you see them after they've just been tattooed, because it looks like someone's put a fire out on their face with an ice pick.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's quite incredible. We've seen some pictures, haven't we, John?
Yeah, yes.
It is quite incredible. Okay, little bit of an announcement, and it's a weird one because I don't quite understand.
Uh-huh.
But Tommy Robinson and Katie Hopkins both simultaneously had their long-standing bans on Twitter revoked and their accounts reinstated yesterday.
Right. Okay.
Obviously, this is...
People are saying it's because of the upcoming March on Armistice Day and they want them there to cause trouble and wind people up. But that assumes that there is a they manipulating everyone behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, if there is a they only have the power that you allow them to have. And by you, I mean everybody. Because, you know, it's almost communistic to say, but collectively, we are powerful. We really are. Just go and watch the movie A Bug's Life. I will say it over and over and over again until people go and watch that movie, because that there, boys and girls, that's the roadmap. That's the way out of any control system. But, yeah. The mysterious they, as Shalini says in the chat. Now, I would like to actually give credit to Shalini in the chat at this point in the show, because she suggested me an idea just before the show started that's so damn good that we're not going to put it on the second channel. We're actually going to do it on this channel, aren't we, John?
Yeah, I think so.
So me and John are going to record a video over the next few days where we review all of the current Christmas adverts, and we give you our thoughts on them, and yeah, we're going to have a bit of fun. We're going to have a little bit of a laugh, and we'll release that as either a premiere or a video over the next few days. Sounds like fun, doesn't it, John?
It does indeed. So the apparently 4 men who stole the 18-karat gold toilet from Blenheim Palace in 2019 have been charged with its theft. So they've actually been caught up with.
Oh, it's only taken them, what, 4 years?
This was allegedly an art installation, but with a twist, right? Because you were allowed 3 minutes in the room with the toilet, which was fully functioning.
So you could take a crap on an 18-karat gold toilet?
Yes, you could. You could dump in an 18-karat gold toilet and flush it. And I mean, it's a thing of beauty to behold. It is. It appears to be craft from, well, it's probably not solid gold, although it's valued at over £5 million.
Well, I'm going to address the chat one more time before the official address the chat section, because Shalini says, hang on, there is a gold toilet. Well, there was a gold toilet.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, if you steal something like that, it was melted down some time ago.
I think so. Yeah,
that's gone.
The loo, which could be used for its intended purpose, had a 3-minute time limit to avoid queues, had only been in show for 2 days when it was stolen. And as it was plumbed in at the time, the heist caused flooding and damage to the 18th century stately home in Woodstock. The palace is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and was the birthplace and home of Sir Winston Churchill. There you go.
Well, they were definitely thorough when they stole the toilet then.
Yeah, they took the whole thing. Yep.
Did a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's a horrendous crime and we do not condone it, but at least they were thorough. All I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay then, boys and girls. Let's do it then. Let's go to the chat for a bit for the first time. And if you want to be, prioritized, then feel free to chuck in a super chat or something over to Ko-fi or Patreon, and you will always be prioritized. And that means, was it Mr. Jungle Griffin? If you've got anything to ask or say, now would be the time, as you kindly chucked something over to us earlier on. We really appreciate it. But once again, before we go to the chat, the best thing you guys can do, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it. Please, we really want to grow this channel. We want to bring people along on this journey with us, and we need your help. We can't do it without you. We don't do it without you because we do it for you. So please, like, subscribe, share. And if you're hitting the notification bell, make sure you have it turned on for all notifications, because they're being sneaky buggers over on this platform.
Snaky.
And if you don't specifically choose all notifications, then a lot of the time you won't get a notification.
You don't get any.
No. You can click that bell and they'll go, oh, yeah, you got the notifications on, but you don't. You have to actually tell them you want. It's a little thing. But yeah, that sticks it to the algorithm as well. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go to the chat then. Beats and Tape says, gutted. I wanted to buy that toilet.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I wonder how much it was worth. Millions. It was worth millions.
5 million. It was
Rob Bruce says, gold loo, where? Let's buy one for Ben. Well, I mean, you could just give me the value.
Yeah.
I'll just take the value.
Yeah, we'll take the cash. Just send.
Oh
God, where is it? What one is it?
He's got to find the right button.
We just
now.
need cash. I know a lot of people want to send blankets or water. Just send your cash.
Was that?
Yeah. And if you guys want to donate any other way, then contact me directly on Twitter at DisabledJourno, and we will work something out, including a Bitcoin wallet. I got a Bitcoin wallet.
He does.
That's right. I do. I got a Bitcoin wallet, and I'm sure I can do the other one, the Ethereum. I think it's called. That's the other big one, isn't it? But yeah, just contact me on Twitter.
Oh God.
And. Oh dear. Yes, Harold, that was impressive of Bush. It, just saying it straight up. We just need cash. Just send your cash. That's the best thing to do. Julie says, wouldn't want to use domestos around that pan.
No, you probably wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't indeed. Right. Okay. I think it's time to wind it down. Once again, I'm just going to put a little link in the chat right now, and I'll make sure it's pinned as a comment as well, because that goes directly to the latest video on the second channel.
That was Edinburgh. I don't go to Edinburgh.
Which we would love you to come over and subscribe to. Tony says Ben has a Bitcoin wallet. SBF has a prison pocket. Lol.
Dude.
That man, I'm telling you, I'm still of the determination that he's not going to get a lenient sentence. And I could be wrong.
We'll see what happens.
But we'll see what happens. We really, really will. But
I watched Sid live streaming the other day on live streaming the protest outside Norwich Town Hall. And these guys came over and stood in front of our camera. And it's
people do that.
Yeah, why?
Because she's quite known in the area and the local Antifa fucking hate her.
Yeah. It's just stupid. It really is.
And all she does is live stream their bad behavior.
Yeah,
that's all she does.
I know.
Yeah. Oh no! This girl is evil. She must be evil because she's showing people the naughty things we're doing.
Yeah, that doesn't.
That is
work,
basically the attitude.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. But
it is very sad.
Yeah, her dad was there. He was standing up for her.
I believe on Saturday we're actually going to do a little bit.
Actually, while she was doing that, some young lads were there, right? And they started asking the strange people that were standing in front of Sid pretty relevant and pithy questions. I have to give them kudos. Well done, chaps. And these were when I say young lads, I would say early teens, but they were quite switched on and dare I say it, based. I think I've used the term correctly.
I think you may have. On that note, yes, I believe we are going to do some kind of live stream on Saturday morning. So we will be utilizing people like Sydney's streams because I'm sure she'll be out there.
Yeah.
I don't suggest that people should go out there on Saturday and Sunday coming, but people will go out there. I was considering going up to London myself. But going around on a mobility scooter, I just don't have the protection and I don't have the help. So it's just not worth doing for me. But we will keep an eye on it all from here live, and we'll commentate on it, and we'll have a good time together. Hopefully things don't go too bad. But on that note, next show Wednesday night, 9 p.m. usual time.
I'm recording tomorrow night with Latimer for more of Net Zero podcast.
And speaking of podcasts, remember, if you cannot catch this show in a video format, you can search Chasing Dissent anywhere you get your podcast. And if you are listening on the podcast, it's youtube.com/Chasing Dissent official to come and see us live, or just watch us on video, because we know there's a bunch of you listening now, and we really, really, really appreciate every one of you. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff.
You can go to the website, chasingdissent.com, and catch up on all the videos and our written articles as well.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. And on that note, John,
well,
sign us off.
Thank you, everyone, for attending this episode 266 of Chasing Dissent Live. As always, it's been great. For you.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet
Cause I
next
don't
to
give
me.
a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
I can't contain it, I'm coming out with a statement. You really changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it. Get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future, we all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta struggle through the
Fuck
sewer.
what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build